with you.
Okay.
This is your turn to ask one of your opponents a question.
Okay. Let's see. Hunter.
You've advocated eliminating the income taxes in Georgia. How would that be paid for, and if phased, and specifically would it be budget cuts, and if so, do you know where? And if it would be the expansion of sales tax, do you know where? And if you phase it in, how long of a phase-in period do you think it would take?
The answer on the cuts, or the cutting of the tax itself, we don't have to come from the supposition that it has to be revenue neutral. I know a lot of people say that it does, but if it does, then my proposal would be that over a 5-year period, you would cut the income tax 1 point and raise the state sales tax a 0.5 point. Because you're going to bring in more revenue from a sales tax than you would from the income tax anyway. So you don't have to do a 1-for-1. You can cut 1% off for each year and then raise it a 0.5 point on the sales tax. Other part of your question. Oh, if there's going to be cuts. See, the whole thing about cuts are this. You got to get in there and get into the budget. Okay, there's wasteful spending, and to say that there's not wasteful spending in our state budget, which is admittedly tight, we've had to go through some cuts over the last couple of years, is dishonest. I mean, we need to get in there and find the fact. I'm not an insider. I'm a guy that's got a business background and a military background, where we of course had budgets we had to adhere to. And so you got to get in there to find the cuts that are necessary. I've looked through, and it looks pretty tight, although I've found many areas that raise my question. But I got to get in there and talk to the right people. It's hard to get that entree as a candidate. It's very easy to get in there as a senator.